Hi guys, JT here, and today I'm going to be taking you through an upcoming game, the Callisto Protocol. A third-person survival horror game that is full of body horror and dismemberment. The story. The year is 2310. Humans have colonized Callisto, one of Jupiter's moons. Callisto is also known as the Dead Moon due to the death of an entire population of beings prior to humans colonizing it. You play as Jacob Lee, and you have been found by a mysterious character. According to this mysterious character, if he hadn't found you in the wreckage, you would have been dead. Exactly what wreckage this is still to be revealed. For some reason, he throws you into a high-security prison known as Black Iron Prison. This prison is patrolled by robot guards, and prisoners wear collars that show their health conditions on their backs. One dark night, the robots started malfunctioning. Inmates started screaming, and squelches of flesh could be heard throughout the prison. An alien virus has infected the entire prison population. Tentacles and boils pop out of their bodies. Their brains reduced to being mere puppets to this virus, looking to repopulate by infecting another human being. Somehow you've managed to avoid being infected by this virus, and now you must go through the horrors of escaping Black Iron Prison, overrun by infected inmates and robot security guards. However, you meet a girl in the prison, and she wants to uncover the secrets and mysteries of Callisto with your help. Many questions remain. What is this virus? What happened to the extinct population before the humans colonized Callisto? What horrors will you face in your effort to uncover the secrets of Callisto and escape? Presentation. This game is brutal. The atmosphere of Black Iron Prison is depressingly black, grey, and dark. The lack of color really brings a sense of dread and hopelessness, like the inmates in this prison. I can describe the environment as being a dark, industrial sci-fi prison, which is grounded to what we have on Earth today. It seems like the moon is always shrouded in darkness, as the cinematics and gameplay all occur in the dark. The robotic security guards do not look that scary, but they are intimidating, being bigger in size than the humans who are imprisoned there. In addition, they seem to be able to blow your head off with laser beams. Everybody's here for the body horrors of the enemies though. Enemies were former humans turned zombies from the virus that has infected them. The virus has turned their skin grey and boils grow around their bodies. When shot and their skin is penetrated, tentacles spurt out of their open wound, and these tentacles are alive, trying its best to grab you to tear your skin open so it too can infect you. If an enemy isn't killed in time, the enemy mutates into something more grotesque looking than the last. You could dismember these enemies and watch their blood and body parts fly off their bodies. Your character, Jacob Lee, on the other hand, starts out as an inmate in an orange prison jumpsuit. There's a meter on the back of your collar to show your health, and your bullet count is also shown on your gun. This is the minimalist UI design that is similar to Dead Space, the other survival horror game that inspired the Callisto Protocol. You look just like a regular guy who has been dealt an unfortunate hand. Sometime through your efforts to escape, you come across a suit of armor, similar to what Norman Reedus wore in Death Stranding. Do expect some horrific dismemberment to fall upon you as you trek through Black Iron Prison and Callisto, looking to escape, much like in Dead Space.
Welcome to your new home.
The gameplay. From gameplay footage available, you have access to a few weapons like a pistol that seem to function more like a revolver with its slower shots and high kickback, and an electrified baton for you to smash the heads of the infected with and watch their red and yellow blood exit their wounds. You also have access to something called Grip, which is like a gravity gun. You could pull and push objects with it, and this even includes enemies. Whether or not you have access to more weapon varieties is yet to be seen. You can also use the environment to your advantage in your encounters with the infected. As an example, you could use your grip to pull an enemy to you and then throw them into a spinning generator to disintegrate them into a million pieces of flesh and blood. Or if they have a friend along who could spit acid at you, you could pull the enemy to you and use it as a meat shield to shield yourself from the acid spit. It seems that you can choose to either be stealthy or go guns blazing, as there are options for you to sneak behind enemies and execute them from behind. Some enemies are quite fast, so you're going to need to think quickly as to how to handle each encounter. You could dismember each part of their body, so if you have a fast-moving enemy, maybe shoot them in the legs to slow them down to a literal crawl. Some enemies could even evolve if you do not kill them fast enough, making them bigger and presumably stronger. These enemies also regenerate their limbs, forcing you to start over and dismembering them. You also want to be careful and not step into various traps, like spinning generators, or you will be disintegrated into a million pieces. Like Dead Space, you will actually see Jacob struggle as his body is being blended into pieces, before being sucked into the generator to be fully turned into mashed human body parts. There are also some sections where you are thrown into a sewage system, and you have to dodge incoming pillars and fans as you drift down pipes. These sections require your utmost attention or face further dismemberment. First impressions. Watching the trailer and gameplay, it is pretty much Dead Space, but with more humanoid monsters with plenty of body horror. I really like the dark and depressing environment that you're thrown into, and it is not too sci-fi to a point where it looks unrealistic. The rustic look of the prison and the factory-like equipment really hits home to earth, even though you're on a dead moon. The story is interesting too, like, I want to know how Jacob ended up there. What did he do to deserve this? And how is he going to escape? I'm not as keen on knowing what has happened to the population of species that was wiped out though, but it'll be a good addition to the backstory for some great world building. The gameplay is awesome. I like that Jacob feels very weighty with his movements, and the gun feels heavy to use with high recoil. The gunplay looks fun with some really great gun sounds. The stomp execution also makes a return, so you can finish your enemies off that are down on the ground. The grip also reminds me of something that you can do in Dead Space, and I'm looking forward to using it on a variety of enemies, just to see them get blended into a mist of blood and gore, or throw them off an edge into oblivion. Having played Dead Space, which inspired this game, I hope that there are upgrade systems to upgrade your character and weapons. In addition, there must be more guns available that are just not revealed yet at this point. The sections that I'm not too keen on are the sewer sections, where you're thrown into a raging sewage river and you have to avoid pillars and fans. I personally find these sections very frustrating as you're at the mercy of the game and your own reflexes. I always despair at the idea of sections like these, like in Assassin's Creed Liberations, when you have to avoid tree trunks down a raging river. It is so frustrating. Hopefully these sections are far and few in between. I mean, I'm here to shoot infected inmates and escape. All in all, I'm looking forward to the Callisto Protocol. The story seems interesting and the gunplay looks really fun. And being that it was inspired by Dead Space really puts my hopes up. This game releases on the 2nd of December 2022 for Steam, PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One and Xbox Series X/S. So what do you think about the Callisto Protocol? Let me know in the comments below. I'll see you guys in the next video.
You are cleared for landing.